Welcome everyone to CDO Magazine series of one-on-one interviews with CDOs, data leaders, and key influencers. I'm your host, Robert Lutton, Vice President of Sandhill Consultants, and I'm coming to you today from Toronto, Canada, working with the CDO Magazine. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Shashank Dubey, who is a co-founder and Chief Revenue Officer at Tredence. Welcome, Shashank.
Thank you, Robert. Good to be here, and congratulations on building such a great platform.
Well, we were just chatting about that. It's such a fantastic opportunity for us to listen to experts such as yourself. And in fact, I think we're actually going to be talking about the last mile problem in AI, if I understand the communications we've been having before. And I can tell you, it's definitely something that a lot of large organizations, large commercial organizations, as well as government entities are struggling with. Is how do they overcome that last mile problem? So. I was reviewing a lot of your bio. You've got 15 years in the research and consulting space. You've got this technical background, but you also got this business background that kind of lended its kind of value to bring in a technology like this to marketplace. So we're really interested to see how we can actually bring this to the forefront.
Absolutely, looking forward.
So let's actually start with your work at Tredence. Which I understand focuses significantly in solving this last mile problem, which obviously is crucial for actualizing the value of AI initiatives. Could you elaborate for our viewers what you define as the last mile problem in AI and why you believe it's so critical for businesses today?
Yeah, so that's a multi-billion-dollar question, and that is also the reason why we started Tredence 11 years back. That's back in 2013. See, last mile, if I were to summarize in a nutshell, is the problem between the creation of insight and then the actions that you take based on those insights, right? We have seen organizations which are data rich, right? We have seen organizations which are data rich and insight rich, right? And then we see a lot of organizations which are data rich, insight rich, but action poor, right? And this translation from insight to action, right, and the lack of it is what we define as the last mile problem.
So that's how you define it. So we'll be interested to see actually. I think you've actually come up with a program, an AI to actually help with that. So we understand that you use, if I pronounce it right, is it Atom.ai?
Atom.ai.
Yeah. Atom.ai. And we understand that it plays a pivotal role in your strategy and how you bring it to market. Could maybe you elaborate for our audience how Atom.ai specifically addresses these challenges of the last mile problem? And maybe can you give us an overview of the architecture and how it facilitates the end of life AI lifecycle?
Yeah, absolutely. So before I jump into Atom, Robert, like let me take maybe a minute or two to elaborate as to why there is a problem of last
Sure.
mile. Why is it a problem from insight generation to actioning those insights, right? So there are a couple of things that happen. Number one, right, the people, right, who are actually going to action the insights are different from the people who are signing the checks or are the sponsors of the AI solution that we are building, right? I'll take an example of that. We work a lot with the CIOs and CDOs and CTOs and chief digital officers and all of that. And many times, almost all the times, they are the sponsors of the multiple AI solutions that we are building.
Sure.
But you know what? They aren't the people who are actually going to use the solution. Solution is going to be used by the people who are running the warehouse, the people who are deciding which truckload is going to go into which route, right? The person who's deciding the merchandising in the store, right? And so on and so forth. Now you see, we're looking at a unique case, right? Where the actual user of the product, the actual user of the AI solution is not part of the conversation, right? Yeah. And that is what creates a lot of issues in not understanding what is actually needed on the ground versus what is being discussed in the nice boardrooms, right? So I think building that connect is very, very important, right?
Sure.
And also do understand, right? These people are sitting in the warehouses and and are on the road taking the sales orders. They do not want an education in math and AI.
Right. Yeah.
They want AI and math to be effortless, to
Yeah.
make them look
Absolutely.
smarter, not make them look dumber,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They want this technology to help them, not hinder them.
That's exactly the thing, right? And therefore, apart from understanding who the end user is, it's also very important to understand the business process. So many times it's also a business process reengineering, right? It is also a lot of human change management to ensure that, hey, you know what? This AI algorithm is not going to take your job. Actually, it's going to help you make more money by putting lesser effort, right? And that's essence of human change management. So you know what? Last mile problem, Robert, is not the problem of not having the right math or right AI. That's the problem of not fully appreciating the human dimension of change management and the end user.
And that's an area that I know we'll get into a little bit later, but it is an area that is very challenging for organizations. How to, uh, bring the culture to a point where they can make these changes or accept these changes that are going to happen because they are going to happen. I mean,
Yes,
AI is making tremendous inroads to us, and we can just see from the technologies that you're bringing to the table, as another example of how you've got to be in this conversation. You've got to pull these people into the conversation.
yep,
So maybe can you help us a little bit more understand where Atom AI fits in? You talk about it's part of this human change process management, it's part of the business process design. Can you maybe talk
yep,
about how you would fit that into the structure?
absolutely. So you see, today, right, if you want to build a last solution, right, then you need a setup where you can do rapid experimentation, and rapid experimentation across the value chain, right? Right from using different data configurations, using different machine learning libraries, having different features in the model, right, and the different UI UX designs.
Yeah.
The current state is the proof of concept takes months. Rapid prototyping for new experiments is a big challenge. Most organizations are not set up to do rapid prototyping, right, for the AI ML programs, right?
Yeah.
That's the second problem. Quick start, right, is a distant dream, despite millions of dollars that have gone spent into
Yeah.
the multiple tools and platforms. Lack of reusability means that every time you reinvent the wheel, right, you have a new business requirement, right? We don't need to do that. And setting up infra, right, with all the hyperscalers, the platforms, and all of those things coming in, setting up an infra is a very complex process and takes just too long, right? So you see, these are the multiple challenges that slow down the rapid experimentation and prototyping that the organizations really need to solve the last mile problem and create accelerated delivery. Now, from that problem statement, what Atom.ai has done, right, is through its multiple accelerators, right, which are the accelerators in terms of data models, accelerator in terms of machine learning libraries, KPI libraries, feature libraries, a single click infrastructure deployment, and all of that. We are today able to reduce the problem discovery time by about 75%. We can reduce the effort, right, around data architecture and design for ingesting, processing, and storing data by up to 80% through our pre-built data models and data pipelines. As far as ML model development is concerned, we have seen efficiency gains of up to 40%, right, just because we have all of these multiple pre-built models, right, across business use cases, as well as the Atom has capability of end-to-end feature engineering and integrated ML ops. And finally, right, the big basis, the chassis of Atom, right, is faster infrastructure deployment, right, where we have gained efficiency of 30%, right, where we enable the faster deployment of the solution onto the client environment, and it reduces the overall deployment time. So that is what Atom does. In terms of the architecture, Robert,
Yeah.
I'll take maybe 10 more seconds to explain to you. So
Sure.
the architecture has like 5 parts. There is, of course, this whole the core platform, which is a single click automated infra deployment, right? Be it you are in maybe Azure Databricks ecosystem, you may be in AWS Snowflake ecosystem, or you may be some combination thereof, right? So there is this core platform so that you can provision the workspaces and provision the data assets without having our innovation teams spending disproportionate time in there. Then we have DataWorks, right? This is the data module of Atom.ai. It has hundreds of pre-built data pipelines, standardized data models, pre-configured external data sets covering more than 1,000 metrics. That's DataWorks. Then we have AlgoWorks. AlgoWorks has hundreds of AI/ML notebooks across 30 business use cases. It has multiple feature stores that's centralized, where the data scientist can go in, choose the right features and the variables, and has standardized ML notebook templates, right? And then the last element is the solution works, wherein we have the pre-built solutions, right? Which is not just all about math, but also has a design templates so that we build solutions which can be easily understood, are visually appealing, and easy workflow to basically reduce the rapid prototyping and come to the end user acceptable solution very fast.
So with those five, the core platform, those four different modules, from your point of view, how do you see them kind of combining together to solve the last mile problems for enhancing the intelligent decision making within the organizations? You started to mention some before. I wonder if you could maybe elaborate on that for our viewers.
Yes, exactly. See, what Atom.ai enables, right, is to give a quick peek of the solution to the end user, right? Imagine if I'm tasked to build a car, right? And my end user, right, is a whatever 17, 18-year-old teenager, right? How do I engage the teenager, right, so that he or she can build the car along with me, right? And the reason why I took a teenager example is because I'm an automobile engineer, I'm the design expert, but the teenager wants to make sure that the end user experience of the car is designed as per his or her needs, right? What Atom.ai enables is for the end user to come onto the platform along with the designers, the design thinking experts, and the data science and AI experts, so that we can do rapid innovation, rapid prototyping. And what should not happen is that we have built 80% of the solution, and then we go to the end user, and the end user says, hey, you know what? You guys didn't understand the first thing of what I really wanted, right? So we want to cut short that cycle. And that's where, when we do a typical solutioning, we onboard the end user, be it the warehouse manager, the salesperson on the road, right? And work with them to co-innovate solution, keeping their current workflow, the current process in mind, while making it smarter using AI and ML. And that rapid prototyping and rapid designing is what Atom.ai enables using AI ML. And that is where you see a big bottleneck. Most organizations are not set up to do that rapid innovation. And that's the power of Atom.ai.
And so basically, you're pulling the end user experience earlier in the design cycle. So almost
Yes.
like right up front as you begin to do that, which is
Yes.
a smart move, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Shashank, on behalf of the CDO Magazine, we definitely appreciate your time, your knowledge and expertise. We hope that we can have a chance to have you come back and again share your knowledge on what's going on with Tredence and how you can actually leverage the Atom AI for the betterment of organizations around the world.
Absolutely, Robert. And I want to thank you again and for inviting me onto this forum. And I want to congratulate again on the continued success of the audience and credibility that you have built through this great platform. Thank you for that.
Excellent. Thank you, Shashank. And for our listeners, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you.
Thank you.